Shit.
Yeah.
Impressive.
And then Geráck's like, you know what? Fuck this place.
Yeah, bye guys.
I have my bow.
And I mine.
He is beyond far away.
No.
Oh, dude. I guess
you,
Geráck
you know,
will
we
tap
do-
his boots together and just...
There's no place like home. There's no place
Exactly.
like home.
and leave.
This is how we could build a city.
Oh god.
Called
Okay.
boiling acid.
Roll
It's
a
a one-
1d3.
Yeah, 1 in 3 chance here.
On.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, Geráck is able to make it with wiggle room to spare.
Yeah, lands over here. Makes superior. No. Oh,
Well,
Also-
only a quarter of us caught fire. I'd call that a success.
You say as Jasmine is putting her stuff back on and covering her face with a cloak.
Mir looks very distraught.
oh nice, I
And
can use them
you
again.
No,
I will-
it's not the end of a battle. You're not allowed to make a recharge roll now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, you don't just get to make recharge rolls willy-nilly.
You wait until the end of the next battle.
Yes.
Do them.
Oh, okay.
this was not a
Nice.
battle.
Yes.
Well, then I'm gonna fail with the roll, fuck it.
Well, that 19 goes to God. I'll take it.
You would have used it in the battle anyway.
Yeah, sure.
And we can put this body back together.
Yeah, but it might be worth to just.
As I treat the burns with some water.
Hate spending recoveries, but as it turns out, I am wounded because
I kind of got set on fire.
blew myself up. Is what I did.
But damn
Plus
it,
the
God!
first time.
Damn it, God! I'm down to a normal number of recoveries.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the person who's damaged me the most.
Like now I'm down to Dwohurim number of recoveries. 8.
I'm not the one who told you to cross the Scalding River of hot acid.
But look at it this way: if we go back now, we have to do it again. So, and what could we want to run from that is worse than that?
Yeah, if we're doing it again, I would like another set of rope put up, Aurelia.
And,
While we are running from the purple
yes,
one.
just as a reminder, like, Geráck's contact, who warned him about the river of scalding acid, swam across this.
It
Alone.
was a cleric alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those quick action heals half the way. Well,
Heal.
I suppose we should continue on. I don't want to sleep here, or yet, really.
No.
The passageway, the cavern narrows as you keep walking forward away from the river of scalding hot acid and delve further into the Underdark. And
Yes.
I will be making a new map available for you folks.
Oh,
As you have successfully traversed the dangerous and treacherous Bitter Meadow Caverns. And you're going into the Underdark proper.
Yay.
man.
Yeah.
Someday we'll build a city down here, Geráck,
No.
for dwarves. And that river will be our moat.
That would be kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah, and anyone who has to come in here will see big dwarven statues on either side of it, and then like a bridge we can pull in. And if they attack us from that side, they're screwed.
And a very disappointed and burnt archer at the back.
Yeah.
I approve. I think we should do this, actually.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be pretty great? Your clan, some mage dudes, shapers down here that can shape everything.
Okay, I have made a new map visible. You folks should slowly be loading that.
Also, DM, I just realized it's not
What?
that bad. Jasmine. She does have tough as iron.
She does. She
We do need to find some mineral deposits down here, though.
Mind the Underdark too much in a bit of time, for good reason. Maybe
Yeah,
you should build the city on the other side of the Scalding River.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know anything about this. Well, really, any particular stretch of the Underdark. None of your characters having spent time in it.
I mean, I heard stories when I was a kid about how awesome it was, and how terrible it is now. That we live in the surface and still oozes just pour up.
I
So-
will be right back. While you folks transition to the Underdark map.
Right.
Woo. We did it, guys.
Just
We
saying.
did it.
Just saying. When we get out of here, and if Jasmine if Jasmine wants to do something, and you guys just try blocking her, she's going to be in such a pissed mood.
Yeah. Oh. I mean,
Because-
if worst come to worst, we need to find a water pool, and I can teleport us to Dragon Hall.
That is true.
Hopefully this time with
Pool
our
of
equipment.
water. Yes, that would suck if it didn't come. But...
Also, let's change which glass I'm wearing. I'm using. Let's see.
But then we can help that druid. We can be like, we're here to help you. Or like acid and burn and smelling like Underdark.
I mean, let's be honest. By the time we're leaving, we might have already used up that week of no ooze.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully.
Also, now I'm out of drinks. Well,
Wait.
I'm going for water after this.
I'll be right back as well, actually.
It's convenient. I have all my drink stuff. I even have a sink in my room now.
You have a sink in your room.
Yes.
Oh,
Student life.
I have a friend who had that in Holland as well.
I don't have a toilet or shower or anything. I just have a sink.
Yeah, right.
But you know, it means
would be kind of awkward to have a toilet in the living room, like.
No, it's just my bedroom. I mean, that's all.
Yeah, that's also quite awkward.
But you know, it's not too bad. I live right across from the kitchen, and the bathroom's like 2 doors down. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
And the shower is 2 doors in the other direction. So
it's right.
yeah, I can say Jasmine's not gonna be in a very talkative mood. She's just gonna be kind of stalking with her hood up
Yeah, not surprisingly.
because she just got burned.
She did. She did indeed.
But really, now I'm down to 8 recoveries. What is this mess?
Yeah, Geráck is quite happy that his armor survived.
You know, I guess Jasmine's quite happy that she didn't lose like that pickaxe or the shovel or her longsword or her hand axe or her daggers or her shield
Yeah.
or her bedroll or her rations or her water skin. You see the point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or her rope
Yeah.
or her
My,
tent.
my armor would be like 20, I think, if I lost my heavy armor.
Like her most important things, her bow and her armor.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's magical.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Geráck will still have his weapon, but yeah, the armor is kind of a big deal.
welcome back, God.
Yes. Welcome to the Underdark, everyone. You
Yeah.
have braved the Bitter Meadow Caverns, which are very bitter, as it turns out. How about
Yeah,
that?
quite bitter.
And so is Jasmine now. She's feeling quite bitter.
Yes.
Also,
And
by
you
the
have-
way, Manaki is getting drink.
Okay.
Yep. Nice little campsite here.
Oh yes, one of the items I also saved, my small pouch of marbles.
You know, all things considered, we should probably choose a campsite without black lines.
So why are there shelves in the fire?
Shelves?
And like a room. The fire is like a picture.
What?
I guess it could look that way, but I think it's supposed to be like burning logs.
I think it looks like a picture of a room, basically.
Looks like a library.
Yeah.
It does. Oh god, is it a portal? I think Underdark has some strange stuff in it, but
We'll see.
Was thinking that was even a fireplace to begin with. Ha 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 ha.
ah.
So how about this so far, Goger? You were warned about things that you encountered thus far.
Yep.
Goger seemed to count pretty good.
Well, hey, what do you know? There was a Scalding River on it. What do you know? That's probably the
I
chasm.
never would have guessed.
The moss. The only thing that he didn't tell you about was the you guys chose a different path, the path through the cubes.
I have returned. What are we doing?
Welcome to the Underdark, Manaki.
It's wonderful. It's so long since I've been here.
Is it really?
Yes.
Would you rather go back?
The passages continue, and you spend several hours trekking, combined with the time that you spent getting to the entrance and then the time you spent in the caverns. It's very into the night, you'd have to guess. But finally, after several hundred feet, a few hundred meters, the caverns open up into vastly and dimly lit expanses. You can find a spot to make a camp for the night. My question would be whether you guys plan on camping with fires or not.
Yes.
Do we have any way of making fires, though?
Yes.
Do you have wood?
No.
No.
I
You
have a
could
way to
find
turn
enough.
on fire.
You can find enough burnable material, plant matter
Okay.
stuff.
That yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we should probably have a fire because it
Anything
does
that
make
lives
us
down here can see in the dark.
exactly.
That would be a fair judgment call, yes. Anything
And-
that lives down here can probably see down here perfectly.
They're probably really well made to hunt in the dark. Maybe they're not made well to hunt in the light and
Yeah,
the bright.
Maybe
we
it
should
would
probably-
scare them.
We should probably take all our magic torches as well and put them in a circle around the camp so that we can see a bit more.
It's like
up,
no,
they're
we
all
steal
gone.
them
What the
all.
shit?
Yeah.
We would see if they steal them. We would have a guard.
Yes.
Who would want a guard?
We kind of need to have a guard.
Yeah, totally.
You all taking your same, shifts as back. We'll handle the taking shift thing if it comes up the same way I've handled you guys always taking shifts.
Also, I have a tent.
1d4.
Set up the tent. It's probably
go
gonna
ahead.
rain.
Go ahead and position you guys around the
It's private.
situation.
Yeah,
You're-
it's privacy. And I look over my burnt body.
Yeah. Your light and vision effects are still a thing down here, as it turns out. You really can't see that fucking far. What with,
Cliff
Underdark. Just
I also
some
keep-
rocky features, yes. It'd be like a
I also
top.
keep zooming in and out all the time. I don't know what's that about.
I think we're locked on GM view.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are locked onto God's view. And so
Why?
God is I've unlocked you.
Alright.
I didn't want you to
Freedom.
go looking around.
Alright.
Our view is God's view.
That's right. You should want to see what God sees.
Except it's darkness.
That it is. Okay.
Open my eyes to infinite knowledge.
Now, you guys don't really have indication of where you want to go looking for things in the Underdark. You don't really have a map. You have all these numerous pathways. Seeing as how I haven't heard any great idea before the session, what you folks encounter down here every day is going to be left up to chance.
Well, we're trying to go down.
Also, do we have a way of finding a way back?
What?
So
No.
long as you don't get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so long as we don't get lost
So
in the
long as you don't get lost.
tunnels and yeah.
And yes,
Well-
I'm aware that you keep wanting to go down. So there's a lot of possible ways that could take you down.
Does anyone
Well, that's
have,
great. To me, one is as good as the other.
Does anyone have shock or something like that?
We're looking for living dungeons. So,
I mean, yeah, I have chalk. I can also try
do
drawing a very a rough kind of map of directions in my journal.
You can
Yeah,
so,
so we-
long
we
as so long as you guys don't get lost, you'll be able to keep track of your current location and could make your way back to the Bitter
Yes,
Meadow
but
Caverns.
you might get lost. That's...
Yes, and if you get lost, your map will not save you because you're lost.
No,
You don't
but we
know
can
that-
make markings everywhere where we came from, and we have a bigger chance of finding a way back at least.
Sure, assuming that, and then give the monsters a better chance of finding you.
this
Well,
way.
They're
monsters come
not that
across this.
intelligent, maybe.
Well, that's like the troll, winding up like a ball of twine behind the party. As we joked last session, the troll eating pieces of ham. as it
There's
follows you.
the thing is, there's mind suckers down here. Creel was from down here. He was pretty smart.
So you're suggesting we don't?
I'm just, God's telling you folks can handle whatever you'd like to do down here.
We'll be
You're-
fine, I think.
I don't think so.
We might as well make a map while we travel around here.
We gotta find some flensers.
Yes, make a map
Has
that
to be.
while you're traveling and that prohibits you from really paying much attention to your surroundings because you're busy doodling.
One guy can doodle. I'll be looking for flensers.
Yes,
I hope you
best
folks
name
notice
things
my
to
eyes flash behind my glasses there, like a malevolent glint. Yes, spend your time
Creel!
drawing in the map.
Doodle.
Creel, I have come to meet you.
Okay.
Remember me, Creel?
You folks can have your camp, and you're free to roleplay or do whatever you folks like want to do while
Sure.
you're resting and taking shifts before we transition and move on.
So we're sitting here.
Yeah.
Aurelia would turn to Dwohurim and ask, when we talked to Teraptus the last time, he was pretty impressed by your newfound divination powers. Could you not just use those to find what we're looking for?
No, it was a one-time thing. Magic doesn't work that easily in divination. Divination generally, well, mostly doesn't work. I'm surprised that I found out as much as I did. However, it was pretty easy to confirm the information as, well, we pretty rapidly after my information came out discovered that Ezekiel was indeed Zeke Mathis.
Just a magical, fortunate coincidence, then.
It's that we found out right after. I don't think that has anything to do with magic. He acted because he was desperate, and I acted to find out who he was because we were desperate. Turns out that he was more desperate than us. Magic is rather complicated. For example, you could not just fly over the Scalding River, but you could fly up and straight down.
Aurelia cocks her head and nods sagely, as if anything of what Dwohurim is saying currently makes sense to her.
It is not necessarily logical. It's actually far from it. If you're particularly interested, a few years in Horizon would give you a sort of beginner's understanding of some of the principles behind what I do. Maybe 40 years or so, and you can get to the same sort of level.
She frowns. Perhaps someday. There are still certain entities on this world that have to be removed first before I do any hobbies.
It did begin that way. My parents did not really approve. But in the end, they let me go. They could see the use. And honestly, looks to Geráck slightly. When all of our people want something, we get it. We're stubborn.
Usually, at least.
Well, we try to.
No, of course.
Hell. Yeah, eat a little bit of food. If nothing else, when we've braved this, I believe we'll know much more of each other and, well, be able to trust each other a lot more. You are... Tempus is not here right now, and you're all people I have traveled with in short time or even in a very short time.
A frown from behind the cloak.
Well, you know, just in this way at least, we'll know that if any one of us was on the other side, we could act now and, well, sort of shrugs. Anyway.
Well, if any of you were actually trying to go against me, you probably would have just cut the rope.
It seems likely. No reason to, though. It seems to be that anyone who would come down here with the rest of us is probably pretty good. Since all of you could have just said no and stayed.
Yes, we could have.
So we're looking for a great sword.
Yes, indeed.
In an almost unknowable number of caverns.
Yes.
He didn't give you anything else to go on?
Geráck will sort of give a description about how it looks, but I don't really know.
A rather ornate weapon, non-magical, but it has been blessed in Santa Cora and awarded to the cleric in question for his service to Torm, a god devoted to loyalty, duty, and righteousness. The cleric had the severe misfortune of basically he lost it while he was fleeing for his dear life away from the grinder worm. And he doesn't know where he dropped it, only that it's somewhere between basically when he fled and when he returned to the surface.
That really does not give us too much to work on, other than somewhere. Jasmine
Exactly.
said, feeding
So
a treat to me.
the chances of coming across it is very small indeed. But if we do, we might just as well
Grab
bring
it.
it back and hopefully not drop it in the river acid.
Oh. Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
How did he get across the river in the first place?
He didn't specifically say, but I think he swam across it.
Both times? Then how would have his sword survived? It wasn't magical.
He probably didn't swim across it the first time then.
Geráck would know that he didn't travel to the Bitter Meadow Caverns. He took a different plane to the Underdark.
Sorry.
He only fled through the Bitter Meadow Caverns. He didn't come in through this way.
Then maybe we can leave for a route that is not scalding acid.
Apparently, that's not the route he would pick.
Well, if you're fleeing from something, then you don't get that luxury.
I suppose.
The problem is he didn't say where this entrance was. So,
Well, we would be unlikely we could find it anyway.
We'll see in the coming days. We'll track around down here.
indeed.
We will describe what Flensers look like, so the others may know what we're looking for. If you see them, let me take them out.
Alright. Is that a...
That's what we need to do. I need to destroy them in order to reclaim my lost power from their corpses.
I see.
I'm going to try to save up my powers so that I have them when I need them to fight those.
Could we still fight them though?
Yes.
Just let
Just
you
don't
deliver
kill
the
them.
killing blow? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess you could, like, knock them out.
Right.
I would explode them.
Jasmine draws one of her quivers onto her lap and just starts counting through her arrows, checking each one individually.
Geráck will shake his armor and try to get any remaining acid off it. Making sure it's still in one piece.
I'm listening around, trying to grow familiar with the sounds of the Underdark to learn what's ambient noise and what's, monsters coming close.
So Geráck
Yes.
is at least unlike some, you didn't immediately dive away from the what did you call those things? Gelatinous tetrahedrons?
Yes, I believe that's what they're called.
Looks to Aurelia. Some people just seem to leave in quite a hurry.
It's
It
a way
seemed
of doing
wise
things.
at the time.
You realise it is not too easy to fire a bow at someone when there is someone else behind you. Just a heads up.
I did not realize.
They often get a good chance while you're trying to aim. Jasmine says with a bit of a scowl. Clearly not in a good mood after being bathed in hot acid.
If we also had Tempest here, he could have taken some of the brunt. Of course, maybe.
At least we didn't have to ferry him around the acid.
Of which? Looks curiously over at Dwohurim.
Well, he looks, He becomes a box. It's magic.
He's not human.
He's some sort of mechanical being from a god plane that fell to the earth some years ago actually it's many, many years ago, by what was then Dragonhall. At least he's similar to those things. Mechanical and magical mixed in together. He's friendly enough, even if he's a bit of a scoundrel.
I see. I can say for sure I've never seen or heard of anyone like it.
Well, that's surprising. He's very well known for the bounty that's on his head.
Well, he hasn't stirred up enough trouble in Newport, clearly.
No, in Newport he's been rather helpful.
Yes.
He has a heart of gold, perhaps even literally.
Really?
I can understand why the dwarves might want it so much.
Geráck ponders this a bit.
Not as, yes, if I wasn't who I was, I think I would be like Tempus. He can do a lot of things that others do not have the skill set to do, even if his story is somewhat tragic.
Preferably, you would not be in a box.
It has its uses, but he's told us that it can be, well, last any potential amount of time. Could be 9 years from now, 100, or 2 ages.
Let's hope.
Never see him again.
Well, in the meantime, he makes a great paperweight.
He's very light-hearted about it. I think he has sometimes woken up, had friends and lovers, then disappeared forever. Then woken up to what to him would be a second later. Then, well, a whole new world.
I'm a bit surprised he's not completely gone in the head.
Yes, he lives.
I certainly would be.
Pretty dangerous, I think. I think he does what I imagine most things would do over such time. He forgets what he has done or what has happened a lot between ages, between waking up. Right now he's remembering us because we are recent. I imagine if he was asleep for 100 years, he might forget much of us. Even though to him it would seem like a faint second. Though I haven't had a chance to research him in any way. It didn't seem polite.
No, I don't think he would want that very much. That's what some of the people that are trying to catch him are wanting to do, right?
Some, I'm sure. Some want to get him for some crime in the homelands, and some because he escaped. He was one of the Forgeborn in the games.
Mm-hmm. The games.
Run by
I have heard of that.
It's in Forge, I think, and well, he ran away from them. He's not supposed to. A faulty example, though. I believe he's much older than Forgeborn.
Well, he certainly seems unique.
He is an interesting being, I suppose.
We could do with his help, though. I suppose, as a luxury for him in his current state, he doesn't get to smell this. As Jasmine takes a sniff of her armor, which of course smells really bad.
Indeed, it will be hard to sleep in this.
Yep, spelled worse.
I suppose I have to.
We were in Dragon Hall for a month. There were very few baths. Lots of goblin who, have a lot of sewer facilities or...
I covered myself in guts just a few days ago, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
Nice guy. But that washed off easily.
It did.
Let's catch some sleep before we look around. It's hard to tell when it's day and night. We're tired. I take it we should sleep. Try to keep a track of time.
Okay. I'll keep the first watch. I can't particularly sleep at the moment.
Sure.
Right, wake me up after a few hours.
She nods, still checking over her bow and her arrows. She just sits and looks around.
The night? It's hard to say. It is certainly eerie.
The sleepy time.
the sleepy time, in such an inhospitable and alien location, with sounds and rustling that you've never heard, that might be quick to, especially for competent champions like yourselves, to put you on high alert and scan the darkness for possible aggressors. Yet there is nothing. I would like one of you, as you folks pack up and begin trying to pick a direction in the Underdark to delve deeper to find what it is that you're looking for. We can have Dwohurim be the first person. No modifiers of this one. Manaki, roll me a d20.
Come on, 20.
Okay. For your first day, Underdark Day 1, as you search and scan and trek and traverse through the passageways of the Underdark. Unfortunately, this particular pathway that Dwohurim has selected is full of both hazardous chasms and clouds of spores, as on a few occasions, elbows and shoulders are smashed into clumps of moss. I would like you folks to go ahead and make DC 20 Constitution checks. Using possible backgrounds, although the only one that can come to mind right now is Aurelia's poison background.
Ooh, I was about to suggest that.
Well, I always have one.